Hello, incredible people. Welcome to On with Orion, sharing information that people want to know. I'm just so delighted that that you were with me this evening, and I have my guests with me, and I am your host, Orion Holmes. So we're going to go ahead and get started. But before we do, I want to just let you know that if it wasn't for God, our Father, I could not do this. This would be impossible for me. It's all new, and He called me to do it. So I'm excited about doing whatever God calls me to do. So before we get started, as I said, I give God the praise, the glory, and the honor. And also, I would like for you to share, subscribe, and like, because that way you will be able to catch every new video every Thursday evening. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm excited, really excited. And I have my awesome guest, and his name is Bruce Bixby. And we go a long way back. I mean, we used to work together. And delightful, wonderful gentleman. And he's going to share some information that we all need to know about, because we need to get our duckies in place in case anything happened to us, and we all going to go one day. So we want to make sure that we got everything squared away. So he's going to talk this evening on Wealth Transfer Alliance. Hello, Bruce. How are you?
Hello, Orion. I'm great. How are you?
I am just delighted, excited about what you're going to share with us. My guests have been wanting to hear this for some time, and now we'll get that opportunity. So before you get started, I just want to tell my audience a little bit about you. You are a veteran. Salute to you.
Thank you.
Husband, dad, public
35 years.
35 years? Oh, wow. That's awesome. Very awesome. Public service most of your life. You were with the Air Force. Wow. You're a scout leader, outdoorsman. So you love being outside camping and
I do.
in the woods, in the mountains too?
Yeah, I would be one of those outdoor people if it paid, but
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Would you like riding horses too?
I do. I've not done it very much, but I like it.
Okay. And he's a church elder, community leader, and a wealth advocate. How exciting! How exciting. So, you're going to talk to us about taking care of all the things we need to take care of, because so many people, they leave this world and they leave so many things unrest. And people, let's face it, humans are humans. So we really need to get everything in order. So the first question I'm going to ask you is, what are the greatest needs of families today?
Yeah. Well, the greatest needs it's what it said that right now we're in the midst of what's called the Great Wealth Transfer. To start with, you can Google it, look it up, whatever you want to do. It's called the Great Wealth Transfer, and it's basically for the last 10 years or so to about 45 to about 2045, 84 to $100 trillion will change hands, and that's from individuals, from families, from all the boomers and us and everybody else. As we move on, like you said, that money's going to change hands whether we like it or not, because we won't be here anymore to have it. It will change hands. It will happen. So we're in the midst of that right now. It's nothing like this has ever happened before. And so there are some things, as you say, that we need to prepare for. And I was not ready for this. Years ago, about a year ago, I was approached, and in the military, they make us get a will. They make everybody get a will, but that's the end of it.
Okay.
And I'll explain more about the fact that a will go through probate, and that means court. If you don't do it right, it's gonna end up in the courts, and that's what we don't want. So there's four must-haves that people have in life. They need to have a durable financial power of attorney. That means you have your wishes explained out, so somebody else, if something happens to you, they can take care of things. A durable healthcare power of attorney. That means if you can't talk, if you're in the hospital, what are your wishes? It's clear what somebody else can make decisions for you, not a hospital or somebody that doesn't know you. An advance directive, which means they can act on your behalf, like sell things and whatever they need to do. And then the most important one is that for everybody to have a plan. an estate plan set up that all of these other things are inside of. So it all puts it together, and that it doesn't become public, because you and I both know that if whatever you have becomes public, somebody else is going to make different decisions than you would make.
Right.
And that's the problem with a lot of things too. So that's kind of where we are. There are today, I think the biggest needs that people have, one, are to take care of your estate, to make sure that your family needs are met, and then to have good health care. Those two things. Everything else comes around that. We have different occupations, we have different interests, but if we have our family together and we have our health, the rest will work out.
So, tell me, what kind of things, when you're giving me an overall view, but of what you do, but how do you break it down to find out exactly what is it that we need to think about? Are we talking about a will, a trust fund, or someone who is the person who's over everything, who would delegate this and that, or a little bit more about the state? How do they get involved with this?
Yeah, absolutely. So everybody has an estate plan, whether they know it or not. You either have your plan or you have the government's plan.
Okay.
Trust me, you want your plan more than you want the government plan.
Okay.
Because the government's plan is going to be in the best interest of the government. Whatever they think is best with somebody's assets, that's what's going to happen best with it. And so what's naturally going to happen with that is that the courts are going to be involved. It's going to have to go, a will go through probate, and that's probate court, which means there's lawyers involved, which means there's courts involved. Nothing against lawyers, nothing against courts. We need them on a lot of things to keep things up and up, but they're not the best executor of your estate. You are, right? And so lawyers cost money. Again, nothing against lawyers, but lawyers cost money. The courts cost money. And the average time for somebody's estate to go through the probate court is 9 months.
Wow.
9 months. That means if something were to happen to me and I were to want my kids to be, I've got 2 grown kids and one growing up right now. If I was ready for them to be an executor, they might go through the courts for 9 months for the courts to figure out what's going to happen next. And so that's going to cost too. And it could oftentimes costs can be up to 10%.
Wow.
So let's say you had $100,000 estate. If you have a house, it's more than $100,000.
Right.
Almost anywhere you live today. Let's just use that easy math. That means they're going to probably have to come up with 10%, 10,000, just to acquire the house or just to acquire the estate, because that's lawyer fees and court fees. So what we do is we have a system that's been in place for some time. It's been in place for over 15 years. For our system, but the Rockefellers and the Kennedys and everybody else has done this for years and decades and decades and decades.
Right.
You wonder why they stay wealthy? Well, because they know how to do it. And the average person, you and me, this was never really knowledge that was placed to us, and we didn't know how to do it. And to do it, you had to go to a lawyer. So lawyers get $350 or more per hour.
Wow.
At times, right? So this could be thousands and thousands of dollars. What we've done, we've taken a system. We have a software system that you get the software system. Everything runs through it. You control everything. You don't have to go back to a lawyer. It was built by lawyers. In fact, our chief compliance officer, fun fact, Adam Studnicki, went to the Harvard Law and graduated with Barack Obama through Harvard, that same Harvard Law.
Okay.
So he is our chief compliance officer. What we have is a system that only used to exist with lawyers, and now we have it and we present it to the public. So anybody can do the system for yourself. You own it. You change everything with it. You can change it anytime you want to, and you don't have to go back to the lawyers to do it.
Interesting. Is this real costly?
It's not, as a matter of fact. Typically, when somebody would have to go to a lawyer to do it, you're looking at $5,000 to $10,000 to go through the process. And if you ever want to go back to do anything, make any changes, guess what? You have to pay the lawyers. Lawyers get paid by the hour.
Right.
They get paid by the minute in some cases. So when you do this, our system, it's a one-time fee. It's under $2,000, one-time fee, and you own it forever. $29 a year to keep the system alive. You access it anytime you want to. It takes you through step by step by step in plain language what you need to do it. So if you're the do-it-yourself kind of person, you say, I can do this. I'm smart. I can do my own thing. I can work it through. At each step, it tells you exactly what you should do step by step by step. And if that's not good enough, there's a place that you can click on it and get information and even get a video. You know how these days we like videos, right? Nobody wants to sit and read something oftentimes. We want to click on the video and follow the rabbit hole. We want to, right.
That's true.
That's how it's built. So you can click on a video. It'll explain how do you take your assets? How do you take your house and no longer have it in your own name, which is subject to public scrutiny, which is subject to all kinds of liabilities, and put it in our trust system so that the trust owns it. It's protected within, and you can make any changes that you need to do through there too. Not only that, you can set up your executors. I have 3 boys. I may not want all the boys to have things happen the same way. I want one child to be an executor. The other one's a minor. Set all of these things up exactly as I want it. So this is what's called a comprehensive family plan or a comprehensive estate plan. Most people, 80% of the country does not have an estate plan set up. They might have a will, but they don't have an estate plan set up.
Is that the same as a trust for your family? Like
It is. This is part of it, right?
Oh,
this is a trust system that we have, our estate planning system. So within it steps you through setting up your trust. And if you have a will, if you have a house, if you have cars, if you have insurance policies, if you have investments, if you have grandma's secret recipe, if you have coin, collections, if you have gold somewhere that you need to be, all of these things are assets that you have. Some of them may not have monetary value somewhere else, but they do to you. Grandma's famous recipe for, oatmeal cookies that people die for, may not have any monetary value yet, but they certainly do to the family. Or it could be poetry. It could be other works. It could be things like that. So it even has a secure document vault.
Speaking of grandmother, I'm really, I think about it all the time. I don't think anybody can make a German chocolate cake like my mother. And I put it on my old computer and did not take it off before I got rid of the computer. Yeah. And she's gone now.
This would be a perfect place for that recipe. Absolutely. Okay. And the other challenge too, and many of us, I would venture to say anybody listening, or at least 90% more listening, is probably have a horror story somewhere in their family where somebody passed away. And when they did, the family attitude and attention became strained. We'll put it that way.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't clear what was supposed to happen after that, right? My wife's grandmother, passed away. She was one of the few people that owned a house in the small town where she grew up. Well, when she passed away, unfortunately, there were many people that decided that house should be theirs. And so through that process, it usually is not ugly. I mean, it is ugly. I've got a video that I show people oftentimes that in the end, it shows a very small amount of money is what tore the family apart because there wasn't a plan and it wasn't clear. So making it clear, having it in a system really makes a difference. The difference is if you will something to somebody, whether in any state, and this is in any state. Our system, by the way, covers every state and every parish in the United States. Okay. Right? It is built, and this was a lawyer system, right? So they know how to do all of this. They get it right. So if you're in Virginia, like I am, if you're in Maine, where I'm from before, in Boston, where I was born, I've lived in Washington State, in Texas, in Florida, California, Korea, all kinds of places. They know how to do all of that. So even if you have property in multiple states, the system knows how to do that because you put in where the asset resides, and it takes care of that and knows how to work through all the things. And by the way, this is something that somebody can do for themselves. But if somebody had something that was really, really, really complicated, We even have ways to get a paralegal to help,
Okay.
or to get a full lawyer to help as well too. So
Okay.
we've developed it so it's always ready for somebody to do that too. So again, this is designed to make sure that the family assets are taken care of, and it's more than just deciding where things are. It's a protection factor as well too.
Good. Oh, another question about the health insurance. How
Mhm.
does that fit into your organization?
Right. Well, that's another part of what we do. Again, we're Wealth Transfer Alliance, and what we've done, our flagship has been our estate planning system. But it was really clear as we built up the company. I say we because I've come along later on. Our founders, our president and CEO, Brian and Derek, they are champions both of them have owned businesses in their own right. So well that Allstate bought them out years ago too. We're talking about a Olympic level coach. We call him the coach because he's literally a coach, but he's coached two athletes through gold medals in the Olympics, not just gold medal athletes, but gold medal winning athletes. Professor Brian, he was a chief army nurse. He's a chaplain, NIH, just, amazing people. Well, what they figured out too was that what are some of the highest needs of people? And right now, healthcare, affordable healthcare is huge. They just re-signed some of the ACA things right now, so that's going to help some people move forward. But finding affordable healthcare is tough. We've got product that people
Mhm.
can't get otherwise. If you're a big company, generally you can get some decent, coverage for
Can you
healthcare.
can you explain what an ACA is?
I'm sorry about that. The Affordable
Okay.
Care Act, the
Okay.
Affordable Care Act, also known as
Oh,
Obama, some as well too, the
okay.
Affordable Care Act. It was designed to make healthcare affordable. Unfortunately, um, even that is not all it's cracked up to be. So there's
Okay.
other options that can be done. Ours are ACA compatible and compliant, and IRS compliant, and ERISA compliant, and all those fancy things that go into it. But what if you are a Uber driver or a entrepreneur or
Mm-hmm.
a doctor, a single or one or two doctors in a doctor's office
Right.
qualify for a group plan?
Mm-hmm.
We have affordable plans so that people can do that, or a small contractor, or somebody with a crafting business, or whatever it might be, to try and get health care is nearly impossible. We have solutions for that. So
Okay.
there was a really, really high need that came up. And so that's a major part of what we do. We have other things we do too, as well as a digital identification plan. People get their identity stolen all the time. But
That's true.
we have a plan that helps protect your identity and all those things. So that's some other things that go a little deep into things too. But our primaries are protecting the family and providing health care.
Providing health care. Okay. Now, I know you mentioned a comprehensive estate plan. Can you elaborate on that a little bit more?
Yeah, so an estate plan, most people are familiar with a will, and they might even be familiar with a trust. But again, a will go through probate. So the courts are going to decide, even though you put it in writing, the courts are still going to decide if that's really what is the best interest of the state and possibly other people.
Really?
Okay, so I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that have the name Holmes, right? So if something were to happen to you, it has to go to public, right? So anybody with the name Holmes could say, I need a piece of that because I'm a distant relative. And even if it's totally untrue and they have no claim on it, but some people do make claims on it, it's still going to be held up 9 months, 12 months, 13 months, 24 months or more while the courts try and figure out if it's legit or not. In the
Wow.
meantime, what happens to the people that were supposed to get the assets? And now they have to do that. So a comprehensive plan not only has your trust, it has your will, it has
Mm-hmm.
a trust to put the assets into it. And what our system, what it does, it uses what's called a living trust, or a revocable trust, which means you can change it at any time. So if you change your mind, if maybe you can set conditions. I want um, my son who's now 15. I don't want him to get a lump sum of money like I do my other boys because he's only 15.
Right.
But at 18, this condition comes in. At 21, this condition comes in. If he goes to college, this condition comes in. If he gets married, this condition comes in. So there, you can set it up any way that you want to. It's called spendthrift. Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes, unfortunately, some families may have somebody who's going through substance abuse. And so
Okay.
for them to get a lump sum of money is probably not the best thing for them right now. But if they can show that they are clean for X amount of time and working whatever to, then assets move forward. So there's ways to make sure that they call spendthrift to go into it. Now, on the other side of it too, anybody can make a will, can go to a lawyer and get a will. Anybody can go to a lawyer and get a trust. The part that usually falls short is what's called funding. Funding, what that means is that you may have said that you have a trust, you may have said that you have assets, but until I take my assets and put them into the trust, it's really a waste, because the trust needs to own these things for them to be protected. And our system steps you through all that, all those things that are just too far out in space for most people to think about. How do I fund my assets in there too? It has a funding system within it to be able to do that. So it's designed to make those Rockefeller decisions at our level.
So, do you really need to have a will and a trust fund?
You usually do, yes. You want to have your will because it has your needs that you've cleared out in there. But the will goes into the trust, and then you can set it up. You could go without it, but usually you have both.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay then. Is
And
there
like I said, if since I'm not a lawyer,
okay?
if people have those certain complicated questions, then the system steps you through all of those things. You don't have to come to me. The system tells you. It tells you, you hit on the little I button, and it will give you all the information on whatever section that you're in. And by the way, it has a schedule that it goes by. Do this first to set things up, to get all your information right. Do this next. Do this next. If you want to skip something, you can skip it, but it leaves it a different color, so that maybe you didn't have this information yet. Maybe you didn't have grandma's, exact date of birth and whatever else too, and other assets you want. You can come back to those things at any time
Oh,
to do
okay.
that. So it really makes it it gives you the knowledge. It puts the knowledge in your hand with
Okay.
information and videos.
I noticed that you talked about your boys, but what about if you have a spouse?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So,
most times a trust is going to be a family trust. Either way, you've got, like me, I have my Bixby family trust, blah 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 blah. Usually, it has a date on it to make it very specific, so you know exactly who owns it, when it is. It's unique, so that trust is there. And both my wife and I are in the trust. We have information on it. If something happens to me, these are all the information that she can take care of.
okay.
And the beauty of what the system does. If I didn't mention this before, and I may not have, a will, again, all the assets, the assets are in somebody else's name. If I just have a will and I have my house in my name, for it to go over to my kids or somebody else that I will it to, or a spouse, then it has to transfer into their name.
Oh,
Well, with our system, the trust owns the system. It owns the asset, owns the house. So if anything happens to me, the other person owns the trust. There's no transfer.
okay.
So it avoids all the state transfer costs, the state transfer things, because it's already within the trust. The other folks already own the trust. The executor is already part of the trust. So the courts do not get involved because we already own the asset.
Oh, okay. Now, if someone wants to get in touch with you, do you have a website or where they can reach you, how they can reach you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Our website to start with is Wealth Transfer Alliance, but mine specifically, I have to get to me. It's Wealth Transfer Alliance. That's just all together, wealthtransferalliance.com/Bruce Bixby. That's Bixby.
Can you repeat that again?
Sure. Happy to. It's wealthtransferalliance.com/Bruce Bixby.
Oh, okay then. Because I'm sure that someone needs to know. Well, I know lots of us need to know more about that. And well, I mean, I really appreciate you coming on. And I know you have other things that you would like to talk about. So if you can come back another time, I sure would love for
I'd be
you to.
happy to. I always love talking to you. It's
Well,
great
thank
that
you
you've been
so
able to do
much.
this. I'm glad you've got this platform. I'm excited about what you're doing here.
Thank
That you're
you.
providing people with knowledge on things they need to know, and so this is good. I really appreciate it, and I'd be happy to do so as well too. And for me, it's really one-on-one is important to me. I'm also working with the local chamber of commerce to help
Oh,
businesses and do it as well too, and work through with individuals as well. But I really, it's the one-on-one and working with people is my passion.
okay. Well, I'm just believing that many people will want to contact you. So if you can give that website one more time.
I'll do that. I'll give
And
my email address too. The
okay,
website is wealthtransferalliance.com/Bruce Bixby. Or if you want to write to me by email, it's got energy, kind of like got milk, but it's got energy 365 at gmail.com. So it's got energy 365 at gmail.com.
when you say God, you're saying GOT.
GOT, like got milk. You know how the ad used to be got milk?
Oh,
This
I
is
don't.
got energy 365 at gmail.com.
Okay, one more time because I was laughing. I might have cut off some people.
No problem. It's got energy. That's GOTENERGY 365 at gmail.com. Got energy 365 at gmail.com.
Got it. Well, thank you. I appreciate you. Keep doing the good work. And I am going to get back with you because I have a lot of more questions too that I want to find out about what you're
Yep,
doing. And
I did too.
okay, well, good, good, good. So anyway, as I said, thank you. I appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
It's nice seeing you. I used to
Nice to
really
meet
enjoy
you.
when we used to get together and go down and do the Bible study and all. That
Mm-hmm.
was really nice. I
It
really,
was. I
really
really
enjoyed that.
appreciated that.
And who would have known that you and I would be talking like this 10 years? What, it's been 15 years later? It's been about 15 years. But
I think it
anyway,
has
I'm
been.
delighted. Yes, I'm
Yep.
excited about you and what you're doing for our community. And God bless you. And I'm just going to say thank you again. God bless you.
Thank you.
And I just hope that many people will contact you because this is something that people need to know and need to act on because we none of us know when that day is coming. And then we have relatives too that are getting older and they need our help. So we need to get them situated too before it's too late. So again, thank you.
Thank
And
you.
I just want to say to my guests, thank you, thank you, thank you. And for the public that is out there, I want to say, please share, like, and subscribe because that way you will get a new video every Thursday evening around 7 o'clock. So again, thank you. God bless you and goodbye.